In the northernmost part of Washington state is a forest containing more glaciers than any other in the contiguous United States. Remote and rugged, this place is home to towering volcanoes, turquoise lakes, and untouched old-growth forests. And after a handful of days spent overlanding, camping, and exploring here, I'm ready to crown this as one of the most beautiful places I've ever laid eyes on. This is the Mount Baker National Forest. Today we're out on a trip that we have been looking forward to for quite some time because one, we're exploring an entirely new area. We're up on the south end of Mount Baker. We've never explored up here before, so we're really excited to see what's up here. And then the other reason we're super excited is because we're camping with these two goons, Matt and Emily from Where's Wiseman, who you might recognize, but they've got a killer YouTube channel. And we're finally getting out to travel with them. So here we are together at last. Well, Matt and I are on foot because Matt had his drone up and it lost connection.
Well, we got the Find My Drone up. Pretty sure I reset my home point right before this bend, and it must still be hovering over here. I don't know how it's getting this battery indicator, but...
So it's the moment of truth is what you're saying.
I don't hear anything.
Somewhere around here, you think?
Yeah.
Is where you reset it? I don't see anything. Oh, dude!
Holy shit. Never been so happy to see you, buddy.
Well, that's a crisis averted.
Yes, thank you, NASA. What a view.
Well, we found a spot to call home for the night. It doesn't get much better than this. We've got Mount Baker just right in front of us. So we've got camp set up and we're just hanging out under the shade because it's really, really hot. That is something we were expecting. In fact, it's one of the things that I like the most about Onyx, something I don't hear anybody talking about, but there's localized weather reports. And so what's really cool about that is you can zoom into a particular spot on the map and it will give you weather for those coordinates. So if you're at higher elevations, it'll let you know that it's going to be, a little bit cooler. Typically in the past, I always had to rely on just like whatever the closest town was. And it's never accurate. It's always, typically colder or whatever when we're out camping. So big fan of that feature in Onyx. It's something that I don't think anybody really talks about, but it's really quite nice. But anyway, we've got our camp set up, we've got our shade set up, and we're kind of just hanging out. Once it gets a little bit cooler, probably get some dinner going. But yeah, just enjoying hanging out and relaxing. is a super simple dinner, but man, the first couple bites that I've taken, it's really good. It's literally what? Is it 4 ingredients? Onions,
Yeah.
peppers, some sausage, which is pre-cooked, which is nice for camping because we don't have to worry about, you know, raw sausage. So just took a few minutes, and then there was a vinaigrette you put on it.
It was like a mustard vinaigrette.
So mustard vinaigrette. So 4 ingredients, and easy to make. Probably took like 5 minutes. So yeah, not a bad camp dinner if you don't want to put in a lot of work. Finishing dinner just as the sun retreated beneath jagged peaks, we looked on as a show far more dramatic than any on Netflix unfolded in front of us. Rather just be awakened in the middle of being eaten than to not wear earplugs and think every mouse, everything, every raindrop is something.
Literally, as we're staking that in, I was like, we should put it here because the chairs.
Our campfire conversation on this evening had us pondering important questions like,
Well, can my one tool be like a lightsaber? Whatever you want it to be. I'll go lightsaber. I would probably last a long time.
last night was kind of a bizarre one for a couple of reasons. One, as the sun went down, we were just hanging out with Matt and Emily, having a good time around the fire. And I think that as the sun went down, it almost got warmer. And it kind of got warmer and warmer throughout the night, which I can't say that I can recall that happening up in the mountains. And also, it's dead calm. There's no wind at all. And I don't know the last time that's happened up at a campsite with a view like this. But it made for an incredible night, great night of sleep. And I just can't believe with how close we are to Mount Baker, this view, that we've got this spot all to ourselves. But we've got another day to explore today, and it's supposed to be another hot one. We're in this weird, unseasonable September heat wave. So there's a lake down below us, and I think after we do some exploring, the eventual goal is to wind up at that lake and see if we can find a spot to camp down there where we can maybe jump in the lake, because that's gonna be really nice if it's in the upper 80s or whatever it's gonna be today. So don't really know where the day is gonna take us, but I guess we'll see.
So this morning we decided to do a little bit of exploring and take the road as high up the mountain as we possibly could. And it looks like We've made it to the end. There's a trailhead here, but we're not going to be doing any hiking, so we're gonna hop back in the trucks, head down the mountain, and see if we can score a spot right next to the lake. So let's see what we can find.
Getting to the lake we hoped to camp at meant another crossing of the Baker Lake Dam. Built in 1959, it stands 312 feet high and is capable of producing 91 megawatts of electricity, which is enough to power nearly 100,000 homes. We just pulled off onto a little spur road and we're just kind of poking down it. It looks like it heads down towards the lake that we're trying to get to. So we'll see if there's anything down here. It's if nothing else, a pretty fun little trail. It's beautiful with all the mossy trees and green and everything. It's really nice in here, very different than where we were last night and this morning. So fingers crossed we'll have some luck down here. It looks like somebody beat us here. There's a car down here, so the search will continue. But this is a fun little side adventure. Beautiful down here with all the trees. Really nice. On to the next spot. Well, you saw us strike out at the first campsite, but we struck out at about 4 more. I think just trying to get a lakeside spot on a hot Friday is proving to be a challenge. But we found something. Let me show it to you. It's a little weird, but we're gonna see if we can make it work. So we've been playing musical campers here for the last 15 minutes or so. Trying to give ourselves a little room because obviously it's right on the main road and this is a pretty busy main road. So there are gonna be people cruising through. But this campsite does have one thing going for it in a big way. And it's down here. There's this walking path. And if you follow it down, it will take us right to the water with a beach and a fire pit and a whole area to hang out that's off the road. So while our truck camper situation kind of sucks, this is ultimately what we were looking for today. Look at that. There's a little swimming hole right here. The water is super calm. It's beautiful. And this is all ours. So all things considered with how busy it is down here, I think this is gonna do for the night. And we'll just make the most of having to trek up and down to get to and from the trucks. Oh, that is exactly what I wanted.
It's not bad.
This is incredible. This is exactly what we were hoping to find. Lake access. This is Baker Lake. And it took some doing. All the campsites we tried down all the spurs were pretty much taken. And we had to settle for a campsite right on the side of a road. But the water access was 100% worth it. And I am convinced we made the right decision as soon as we jumped in the water, because it is like 90 degrees today, maybe more. And this is just perfect. Hanging out with Matt and Emily, I've been admiring their Teardrop trailer because it's super cool up close. And so I'm gonna do a little walk around, or I should say, I'm gonna have Matt give us a little walk around, a little tour, because I want to show this to you guys. There's a lot of cool things going on with this Teardrop. Hey Matt,
What's up?
whatever you're doing right now, it's not as important as what I need you to do right now.
Oh yeah.
Can you give us a little tour of this thing? Because I've been admiring this trailer for the last day and a half that we've been hanging out.
Definitely. Yeah, let's do it. This is a Timberleaf Pica off-road option. Dry with the off-road package, it's around 1,300 pounds, give or take. And we just wanted something that we could keep under around 1,800 pounds when it's fully loaded. We've maxed out there before. We just love the weight, the shorter length of the trailer. It's 12 feet front to end. And with the off-road package, we get 31-inch tires, which gives us, crazy to think, a little bit more ground clearance in the middle than our Jeep with 37.
Yeah, this thing has crazy ground clearance. That's one of the things I noticed. And it's got, look, are these rock rails here?
Yep.
So this thing is legit meant to be taken off-road. I know you guys do.
A lot of people ask, where's your spare? It is actually underneath. So having that mounted underneath and the extra ground clearance is just a little more peace of mind for us where we take this thing. We've taken this over the rocks in Moab, deep in the woods, as we did yesterday. This is where we keep our 20-pound propane tank.
Oh, nice.
We like a larger tank because we never have to worry about running out. And just all of our knickknacks, doodads.
Knickknacks and paddywhacks?
Yep, and paddywhacks, and tire chocks.
And then I want to see the kitchen, because the kitchen is the part that I'm probably the most jealous about. I love the fact that you just basically roll into camp, you pop that top, and you've got like your kitchen's all set up.
That is one of the biggest selling points for us, was having something not only compact, but something that was ready to go. So we have our slide out, and this is a 35-liter electric cooler. Power center over here. We did recently upgrade the battery, which took out a lot of the storage. Typically you'll have a panel here with storage in front, but we wanted a little more time off grid.
And then probably the thing people want to see the most is the inside. See where y'all sleep, because these teardrops always mess with my brain, because it looks like they're so short. Like there's not any way that a human being is going to fit in there, but there's more room than you'd think inside.
Welcome inside.
Whoa, that was a smooth transition.
So yeah, this is a full mattress. Everybody that comes up to see this thing says, can you actually sleep in there? Yes, Emily and I sleep very comfortably, usually better than we do at home. But yeah, full size, regular mattress. It's a 4-inch. You can also get a 6-inch.
And there's heat in here, right?
Yes, we
That's
do.
wicked.
Yeah, when we got this trailer, that was one thing we had to have because we love 4-season camping, is the Propex heater. We just hook it up to our 20-pound tank, just right outside on the fender here. And it works amazing. We don't even set it past 55, even if it's below 30. Just do that. Kicks on 3 times. We stay nice and warm and dry. A lot of people don't think about the condensation in the winter and fall months and spring, but it helps keep the walls a lot drier.
And you got a little, skylight, you got a fan.
Yeah.
So for a tiny little trailer, this thing with heat and the fan and the skylight is pretty well equipped. Well, thanks for the tour. This thing is super cool. I just always think it's cool to see different people's setups, because with all of this stuff, camping or overlanding or whatever we want to call it, there's so many different ways that you can go, and no one solution is right for everyone. So it's always cool to see how different people do things. And this is a really interesting setup that can take you a lot of places, and it's still small and compact, and you can tow it with a Jeep, right? So definitely a lot to like with a setup like this. I have to tell you, we have been having the best time today by this lake. We spent a couple hours in the lake swimming and just hanging out, having a good time. It's been so great just hanging out with Matt and Emily and really just slowing down. We got here at noon, so we basically had all day to just relax. To be in the mountains yesterday with the view of Mount Baker, and then to be at a lake the following day, that's pretty special, and I can't say that we've ever done that before. So Mount Baker National Forest is coming through on our first visit for sure. We'll definitely have to be back here, but we still got the rest of the night to just relax and hang out, and looking forward to that and making a little dinner and just turning off the camera and enjoying the sunset and being out here. It's just beautiful. I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna shut the camera off and end it there. the lake is so calm and it's so quiet down here right now, and a fish just jumped. I've been trying to catch a fish jumping on video for like the last 30 minutes and I haven't had any luck, but there's a lot of fish in this lake. And yeah, just dead calm and silent, and the sun just came up a little bit ago. Just been enjoying sitting by this lake and taking in the views. This spot, despite being on the road, which actually worked out okay, but this spot to have this lake access, I think was the right call yesterday, because everything else was busy around here, and this spot is beautiful, especially when you're down here right on the lake. Swimming yesterday was great. And then of course the day before, being up camped right next to Mount Baker with it right in our face was just incredible. So the Mount Baker National Forest, our first time out camping and exploring up here, at least in this way, in the Tacoma, has been a huge success. And then just hanging out with Matt and Emily has been so much fun. So what a great weekend trip. And I think everybody's just starting to get up, so I'm gonna make a little coffee and hang out with everybody before we pack up and head home today. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like these videos, then we'd love it if you did. We've got a goal to reach 25,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we got a little ways to go. So if you do watch these videos, we'd love it if you hit the subscribe button. It's free to you, and we'd appreciate it. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.